Testing, 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 testing. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to yet another season of Calvert Hall football. My name is Peter Kelly. I'm a rising senior. I'll be with you all day tonight. And then Connor Jarrell, class of 27, will be on the camera. Look, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Last season was rough for Calvert Hall. 4-7, 2-4 in the conference. They lost the Turkey Bowl to Loyola. They did not make the playoffs. Far from the goals that Coach Ward had set for his team, and failed to capitalize on a promising 2022 season. But this is a new season for Calvert Hall football. They lose 21 seniors from that team, but this is a very senior-heavy team now. Guys with a lot more experience than they did last year. A lot of guys having played on varsity for the first time last year. Very unexperienced, but this year they're looking a lot better. Offense is going to be led by Makai Brown, John Asukwo, Chris Hewitt, and JT Taggart. And on the defensive side of the ball, it'll be Emily Dorr, Xavier Crum, and Kyle Green. Captains for the Hall. Quarterback, like I mentioned, Makai Brown, the senior. As they're led onto the field now by Xavier Crum. JT Taggart, another captain, heading to Maryland. Emily Dorr, Agent Zero, on the D-line. And finally, Kyle Green, the ball hawk safety. They lead this team into battle against Virginia Academy. Calvert Hall looking to start their season off on a high note. Take care of business in this out-of-conference matchup. 3 out-of-conference games next to against opponents from Pennsylvania before we get into our conference slate. Coin toss is over. I missed 2-1. We will find out depending on who kicks it off, I guess.
White won the toss, they defer. Red on receive.
So Virginia Academy has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. Calvert Hall is going to receive to kick off this season. Last year the Cardinals averaged just a shade under 20 points a game. Gave up around 22. So obviously you want that differential to be positive. And this is a team that Coach Ward feels can bring up that differential. His goals for this year: win the Turkey Bowl and win the conference championship. As the Patriots find their way back onto the sideline, national anthem will ensue shortly.
And those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem.
There you have it. The anthem over with. We are just about ready to go. Again, Calvert Hall lost the toss. Virginia Academy won. They defer to the second half, so Calvert Hall gets the ball to kick off both teams' 2024 slate. Cardinals led by Josh Ward, entering his 5th season as the Calvert Hall head coach. Sports a record of 20-18, and of course led the Cardinals to the MIAA title back in 2021. They'll look to get back there again as the Cardinals take the field for the first time here in the new year.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Back deep to receive. It's the 1-2 punch. Number 1, Kyle Green. Number 2, Chris Hewitt. A beautiful Friday night here in Towson. 7:02, 76 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. The sun sets over the apartments across the way of Goucher Road. And it'll be Zion Trump to kick off both team seasons. Appear to have a minor issue with the football. Start of New Year always going to have a little bit of hiccups. But it appears to be squared away. For the next 2.5 hours, it's just 11 out of 11. It's pure Maryland high school football. Green, Hewitt, deep. Trump kicking off. And away we go, and it's an onside kick. Trying to surprise some people. It squeezes its way out of bounds, and it'll be first down Calvert Hall from right around the 50-yard line. So the Patriots immediately going into their bag of tricks. That's probably where they'll need to be if they're going to pull out a victory here tonight, but it backfires, and they give the Cardinals great field position. And it's the first drive of the new year for quarterback Mekhi Brown. Finally solidified in that starting role. Split time for most of the year last year with Jay Williams before Nick Humph came out of nowhere. Led the Cardinals in their game versus Pilati and the Turkey Bowl. He's graduated. Williams is transferred. And so now the QB room is all Mekhi Brown's. Joined by fellow senior Jonas Suquo in the backfield. Cardinals step up to the line. They've got two wideouts out wide. One on the left, 2 on the right. Play action, who's looking at immediately down deep. Just overthrows to receiver. Looking for Misha Morozov there. Sophomore is looking to have an immediate impact. They go to him on the first play. That shows you just what the coaches think of him. But Brown just overthrows him a little bit. So 2nd and 10. Ball still in the 50. Now it's Chris Hewitt alone on the left. Trips right. Morozov, Lavroni, Taggart, the tight end. Asuko goes in motion. They throw it back to him. He's got some room to run. Brought down after about a gain of 6. We had a helmet pop off there. And already off to a great start with the Patriots as they lost the helmet, and that number 21 is not on the roster. Number 1 is on the roster. He'll enter the game instead. That's Domingo Meade. Asuko picks up 6 on the screen, bringing up 3rd and manageable. Same formation, just flipped. Mekhi Brown takes a snap, looks right, has nowhere to go. He'll run for it. He'll lean ahead, trying to stretch for that first down. It's going to depend on the spot. And they'll mark him a yard short, 4th and 1 at the Patriot 41-yard line. So Brown didn't see anything like downfield, looked left then right. Hewitt not open on the right side, so he elected to tuck and run for it. And immediately Coach Ward trying to make a statement here. They're going to go for it on the first 4th down of the year. Certainly love the call, 4th and 1. After great field position, you got to be aggressive, set the tone for the season. Lavroni in motion. They give it to O'Connell. Right up the middle for a Calvert Hall first down. That's not O'Connell, that's Kavon Mitchell. Taking the carry for a gain of 5. And so the Cardinals convert their first 4th down of the season. 100% 4th down conversion rate. That'll work. 10:15 to go in this first quarter. Now Asukwo at the back again. Makai Brown in the shotgun. Looks over the middle. He's got Lavroni dragging tacklers with him all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's the first completion for Makai Brown, and it's the first reception for Gabe Lavroni. It goes for 20 yards, and it's another Calvert Hall first down. Lavroni just a simple slant back over the middle. Catches the ball, got a lot of separation, and then takes Quale Carter for a ride there, number 0. So 1st and 10 from the Virginia Academy 18-yard line. Cardinals already in the red zone. They'll give it to Asukwo. He's got a big hole up the middle. Pushes across the 5-yard line. Easily another first down. The Cardinals have a goal-to-go situation just 3 minutes into this new year. Good pickup there by Asukwo, who unfortunately got hurt last year, but he was off to a great start. In his first game last year, 122 yards on the ground and a touchdown on over 11 yards per carry. And he showed you there why he has that big playability. So 1st and goal, ball's on the 2-yard line. Brown gives it to Mitchell. Right in the middle, no one touched him. Touchdown Cardinals. Well, that's a nice way to start the year. After the Cardinals convert on 4th down, they pick up 3 straight firsts, and it's Kevon Mitchell slashing up the middle, untouched, for the 2-yard score. Really great job by this O-line. There's a bit of a question mark. 2 biggest injuries on the team, Drew Stewart, Chase Dorsey. But they had no trouble there as Zakrowski boots in the extra point. And the Cardinals have an early 7-0 lead over the Patriots. 8:46 to go in the first. Let's take a short break. So Zakrowski right back out to kick off after the Cardinals marched down the field in just under 3¼ minutes for their first touchdown of the year. Back deep for the Patriots. Number 18, Osifate Soren, and the captain, number 1, Domingo Meade. Zakrowski boots it away. It'll land in the end zone for a touchback. Immediately, Zakrowski showing improvement from last year. First kick of the year goes into the end zone, no return. So now we'll get our first look at the Patriot offense. More importantly, this Calvert Hall defense. Patriots led by senior captain Brian Resto. 5'11", 185 quarterback. Wearing number 4. The running back is Quale Carter. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Virginia Academy's first play of the year. Goes for a loss. Getting into the backfield there immediately. The Cardinals D-line making a statement. James Trainum broke through as well as Emily Dorr. Cardinals immediately getting the tackle for loss. Brings up 2nd and 11. 4 wide, trips to the right. Resto drops back, looks left. Now he throws off balance right through the hands of the receiver, Jackson Graham. Throw a little bit high, but certainly could have been reeled in. Graham, just 5'9", so I had to really get up for that one. So now it's 3rd and long. JT Taggart onto the field. You'll see a number of guys playing both sides of the ball this year. Immediately Chris Hewitt sliding in at cornerback after helping the Cardinals on that drive. And then JT Taggart, tight end, but also play a little bit of defensive end. Jackson Graham goes in motion. Resto takes the snap, looks to his right, in trouble. Now we'll tuck and run for it. Pick up a gain of about 5, but 2 flags fly in. You see Xavion Crum there with his hands on his head. This could be a penalty against the Cardinals. So they'll walk the ball forward. Now it'll be 3rd and 1. Not sure what the call was there, but Cardinals give up a free 10 yards. All of a sudden, 3rd and 11 turns into 3rd and 1. And the Cardinals, who could have been off the field quickly, now have to get a stop here. 7.5 minutes to go. Low snap. Resto fires to his running back, who was dropped for a loss. There's Jaden Falcon, the ball hawk middle linebacker. Was not fooled by that screen pass. Marshall Rich could go nowhere with that one. A broken play right from the start. 4th and 4. And the Patriots will be punting here. It's Brian Resto, also the punter, it appears. That's what you'll see a lot with these smaller teams. Under 7 minutes to go. Cardinals again have Hewitt back as well as Green. Boots it away. This one in the direction of Green, but it'll fly out of bounds. Giving the Cardinals very similar field position to their first drive. And so, despite the penalty, the Patriots still go 3 and out. Cardinal offense getting their 2nd drive of the night. Field position almost exactly identical. First drive at the 50. This one just inside Calvert Hall territory at the 49. But if the offense moves the way they did on that first drive, 1 yard is not going to make too much of a difference. Now Jameer Wallace out wide for the first time tonight. Asuko gets the carry right up the middle. Picks up about 5. Out to the 45-yard line. Bringing up a 2nd and 4. Again, I'm really impressed with how deep this line is getting. You know, I mentioned the injuries earlier. Chase Dorsey, the Towson commit, Drew Stew. Obviously 2 very strong people, so we've got a few underclassmen on that line. Totten. Logan King is one of them. But they're making holes early. Looks like an option play there. Just kind of busted up the middle was Mekhi Brown. Picked up maybe 2. 3rd and 2. Brown decided kind of late to keep that himself. Cardinals take Taggart off the field as well as Asuquo. 3rd and 2. Ball on the 43-yard line. Again, 3rd down conversion here would be huge. Cardinals going up tempo. Hand it right to Kevon Mitchell. Breaks through for the first down and more. Flag does fly in. Usually on short runs like that, not much else can happen but a holding penalty or something pre-snap, and it goes against the Cardinals. So it would have been 1st and 10 from the 38, but we'll see where it ends up now. It is a holding penalty.
Looked like it was holding on offense.
Yeah. So now it'll be 3rd and 7. JT Totten will snap it to Brown. It looks right over the middle. Doesn't like anything he sees, and instead will be dropped right at the line of game. Or excuse me, the line of scrimmage. Good job of him to get back there because he looked downfield, had nothing he liked. Could have taken a loss, but it'll bring up 4th and 7 instead, and Cardinals will punt for the first time in the season. JT Taggart now has played all 3 sides of the ball. Offense, defense, now special teams as he will boot this one away. Gets really good hang time on his punts, I'm told. Booms that one. It'll roll. Picked up at the 5-yard line. But the ball carrier gets nowhere. 5 Cardinals bring him down, and there's 6 more right behind him. Seemed like no one was blocked there. And so on the 2 Cardinals drives, they've had great field position. On the 2 Patriots drives, not so much. Good punt by Taggart there. Right into that coffin corner. Brian Resto will get a second shot under center. Resto takes the snap. It's another low snap. Looks, throws left. Caught by Meade. Pushed out of bounds, but not before picking up 15 and a first down. Certainly not what Coach Ward and defensive coordinator Stan White wanted to see there. 1st and 10 on the 8-yard line, and immediately they're out of bad field position. Fresh set of downs. Ball's on the 24. Timmy Witt goes in motion. They'll hand off to the running back, Marshall Rich. Brought down after a gain of maybe 2. 2nd and 8. So they'll push him back. Penalty on the Patriots. Looks like a holding call. So now it's 1st and 20, it appears. Patriots hurting themselves here. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Quick pass is dropped and could have been intercepted if there was a Cardinal there. Right through the hands of Zion Trump. They got the ball out early there, but didn't pick up much. Didn't pick up any. Ball's on the 14. Still 20 yards to gain. Timeout called by the Patriots. Head coach Obi Woods not liking something there. So we'll call the first timeout of the game. Again, I mentioned Stan White, the new defensive coordinator. Cardinals actually have 2 new coordinators this year. White is a former Baltimore Colt. Played 10 years in the NFL, went to Ohio State, won a national championship there. He's a 2-time All-Pro with the Colts. You also may know him from being an analyst on radio and TV for Ravens games. Spent about 11 years doing that on Ravens radio stations. He's also coached at Gilman and St. Francis and now heads to Calvert Hall in his first year as the DC. His defense already looking strong. Cardinal coaching staff had a major overhaul this year. So we're back after the timeout. 2nd and 20 after the first down screen was dropped by Zion Trump. Low snap again. Flush out of the pocket as Resto has to just fling it forward. And a flag is thrown late. That'll go against the Cardinals probably. But it was Elijah Hammond, who's moved to linebacker now after playing wide receiver last year. Brought the pressure. Virginia Academy offensive lineman was tossed down to the ground after that play, well after the whistle was blown. I don't think it was on purpose. Again, it's just hard to tell that Resto had thrown that ball and just kind of flicked it forward. So if you weren't looking at the quarterback, you probably thought it was a live ball. So obviously your instinct is to tackle the ball carrier. They're still discussing it. So now they do make the call. Personal foul on the Cardinals. So now 2nd and 5. Third and 5, excuse me. Cardinals looking to get another 3rd down stop. Handoff goes to Carter. Tackled for a loss. Train him in the backfield along with Hammond again. And the Patriots will punt for the 2nd time tonight. Took a little longer to get there than a traditional 3 and out, but 3 and out nonetheless. 3:20 to go in the quarter. Green and Hewitt again back to receive. They flipped sides this time. So now Green is on the right side. Punt went to Green on the left side last time. And that play is blown dead. It's going to be delay a game on Virginia Academy. They'll lose 5 there, making this much longer punt. Cardinals likely going to get very good field position yet again. This one kind of off the side of the foot. right around the 50. And it's down at about the 48-yard line. So again, the Cardinals starting right around that 50-yard line with great field position. Looking to reclaim that momentum they had on that first drive.
I hear you were scared of this to start.
Coach Ward and new OC Steve Lurs get some new guys in the field. Mason McNew, a sophomore, fullback, as well as Harry O'Connell. Laveroni in motion. They give it to O'Connell. He'll be brought down after about 3 yards. Bring up second down. Cardinals' new offensive coordinator, Steve Lurs, formerly the O-line coach here. He used to be the head coach at Patterson Mill High School. And he actually coached 9-year NFL vet Donovan Smith. Currently a free agent offensive lineman. So that's a pretty good alumni to have in the NFL. 2nd and 7. Laveroni in motion again. This time it's a jet sweep. They give it to him. He's got all kinds of room to run. In space. No one's going to catch him. Laveroni goes 44 yards for the touchdown. Jet sweep to perfection. One in motion on the first play. Didn't get it. But Laveroni gets the edge. And the sprinter, no one catches him. And they say it all the time, there's football speed and then there's track speed. Laveroni has run 10.55 in the 100. An elite time for a high schooler, let alone as a junior. Zakrowski's extra point, up and through. 14-0 in the first quarter. 2:02 to go. Cardinals needed just 2 plays on that drive to get in the end zone. This is a team full of sprinters, Calvert Hall. Kevon Mitchell, Jaden Davenport, Laveroni, obviously we just saw. Calvert Hall offense looking very potent here in the early going. 2 rushing touchdowns. I think Mekhi Brown's only made 1 completion so far as the pass over the middle to Laveroni. But when you're running the ball like that, you don't need completions. Zakrowski's second kick, another touchback.
There was only one fan down there that was complaining about it.
Oh, I'm doing good, John. 99% good.
Patriots pinned deep inside their own territory again. So the Patriot offense trying to get something going here before this game becomes a total blowout. From Ashland, Virginia Academy. Resto taking a deep shot. Underthrown. Still had a chance to be caught, but it was dropped by Domingo Meade. Kyle Green in coverage there. Again, if that ball is thrown perfectly, Meade probably catches it, but just a tad underthrown. And again, it worked out well in their favor because Meade was the only one that had a shot at it, but just clanked off his hands. So an eventful incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Resto still has it. It's flushed way out of the pocket. Ferrara in pursuit. Now Hammond. And he actually will get back to the line of scrimmage. May have even picked up a yard. Really impressive scramble there from Brian Resto. Had the whole defense chasing him. Cole Ferrara, both Hammonds, Asaya and Elijah. Also saw Connor Murray in on that. He did pick up a yard there. Very impressive run. Probably covered about 30 yards, but it's just 1 yard in the scorebook, so 3rd and 9. Patriots at least trying to make it a more manageable punt. Try to give the Cardinals a somewhat challenging field position. Resto drops back and is immediately pressured again. He scrambles, pushed out of bounds in about the same spot he was in the last play. Maybe gained 1. James Trainham chased him down. It seems like it's going to be another punt for the Patriots. One and a half minutes to go in the first. Cardinals dominating this game so far. Flag thrown there. It's against Virginia Academy. It's just about how this game is going for them.
I think it was delayed with substitution. Oh, delayed substitution.
Patriots still substituting. This punt is actually by Zion Trump, who kicked off to start this game. It's popped up to Kyle Green. Gets past the first few guys, out to the 35. Nice return there. Return of about 12. You have the Cardinals, their best field position of the night. No rest for the weary. Chris Hewitt right back over to that huddle. He's played basically every snap tonight on both sides of the ball. First and 10. Ball's in the 35. Hewitt, Morozov, Lavroni, the wide receivers. O'Connell in the backfield, as well as the fullback, McNew. Lavroni in motion. Quick screen out right to Hewitt. Looks like he lost his footing there. Picked up about 1. Second and 9. Taggart comes back on. Another guy who's played most snaps tonight, Asaya Hammond, playing both offensive and defensive line. Mekhi Brown gives it to O'Connell. Breaks a tackle, goes right into the next, and picks up about 6, making it 3rd and short. Solid pick up there. Hit very early, but picking up that yak. Yards after contact in this case. 3rd and 4, same personnel on the field. Clock ticking down, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 3rd down will have to wait. But it's a productive quarter for the Cardinals. And they lead 14-0. Hopefully every quarter of the new season can be like that one. Probably not, but we can dream. Have a nice snack race going on the Jumbotron. Got some French fries racing against the hamburger. Always a fun time here at Russo Stadium. Concessions tonight as well. Brought to you by G&G Catering. It's very impressive. It's a very well made food race. I'm invested. Oh, they're leaning, and it's the hot dog who takes it. That's me, Peter Kelly, bringing you that hard-hitting commentary. Hot dog takes the snack race after a lean at the line. All right. Sorry, back to football. Same personnel in the field. Mekhi Brown flanked by O'Connell. Takes the snap, looks to throw. In trouble again. Scrambles out to his left. He'll throw off balance. And he finds Levrone somehow. An off-balance duck of a throw, and it somehow finds its way to Gabe Levrone. Great awareness by both Brown to see Levrone in the middle of the field. He was rolling to his left. Quarterbacks don't usually think to look back to the middle of the field. But he saw Levrone there, just kind of pushed it out there, and Levrone dove and reeled it in. Certainly the star of the offense so far, Gabe Levrone. He's got both catches, as well as the 44-yard jet sweep touchdown. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Taggart in motion. Now the tight end moves back across. Hand off to O'Connell. Hit right at the line and dropped. No gain on the play. There's Christian Britt getting penetration there. Getting to O'Connell. Hewitt, O'Connell, Morozov come off the field. Azariah, Ace Holmes onto the field, as well as Mason McNew and Michael Nabuife. Second and 10. Handoff goes to Holmes. Breaks a few tackles. Still's going. Picks up about 5. There was a flag thrown right as Mekhi handed it off, and there was a flag thrown again as Holmes bounced to the outside. So I believe they're different penalties. One's definitely a false start on Calvert Hall. Okay, so they're both against Calvert Hall, so not a great play there. Coach Ward told me one of his goals for this game, penalty-free. Well, they had some penalties before, but 2-on-1 play doesn't really help out there. Cardinals doing pretty well in those other 2 goals, though. Controlled the line of scrimmage. I'd say they're doing that. Getting pressure to Brian Arresto almost every play. And then take care of the ball. No turnovers yet tonight. Always a good thing. Taking their time on this play call. And the refs might be discussing something. Essentially a free timeout. 10:27 to go in the second quarter. Ball's in the 15. Well, the ball's in the 15 for now. I forgot about the penalties. They'll walk it back to the 23-yard line, the 22-yard line. Now we're on the clock again. Cardinals break the huddle.
See and call and see if anybody hears you.
Lavroni, Davenport, Taggart, Morozov, the 4 wide. Mekhi Brown drops back to pass. Finds Ace Holmes. He's got a lot of room to run. Takes it up the middle, down to the 1-yard line. Ace Holmes, a very physical running back, transferred in this year. A rising junior. Also plays lacrosse, short stick, defensive midfielder. He'll look to make an impact in 2 sports. Bringing up a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Cardinals packing everyone in. May try a tush push here. There's Emily Dorr onto the field. They hands it off. It's Kevon Mitchell up the middle for his 2nd score of the night. 20-0 Calvert Hall. Kevon Mitchell didn't have to do much there. Just got the ball, ran right up the middle. O-line did just enough to get the Cardinals another 6 points. Cardinals go up 3 scores. Nice short drive. Big play there, of course. Mekhi Brown finding Lavroni on 3rd down. Zakroski skies that one through. 9:27 to go. 21-0 Calvert Hall. Well, if the Cardinals were sluggish to start the year, they certainly haven't shown it. Cardinals played 2 scrimmages. Boys Latin and Good Counsel. And took care of business against Boys Latin. Again, scrimmages, you don't really keep score, but according to the team, they played pretty well. And then against Good Counsel, well, it's a scrimmage, but that's a tough team. That's a top 20 nationally ranked team. But it's good experience for the Cardinals. They've got really good teams in their schedule. In their own conference. McDonough led by 2 4-stars, Brandon Finney, Jeff Exenor. Archbishop Spalding, of course, led by 4-star quarterback Malik Washington. Probably the preseason favorite for the Conference Player of the Year. Other talent there as well. MSJ, Loyola, Concordia Prep moving up this year as part of the conference realignment. Cardinals also play LaSalle this year. They went up to Pennsylvania last year. LaSalle travels here, plays on a Saturday. So a schedule loaded with talent on both sides of the ball. Zakroski kicks off. This one is returnable. Called by Domingo Meade. Back towards the middle. Trying to get out wide. Cardinals surrounding him, dropping him at the 18-yard line. $9:19 to go in the half. Such a small team that Virginia Academy has. You got to figure some of these guys are getting winded. Domingo Meade, Zion Trump, playing most of the snaps. And the guys in the line, too. They've got some big dudes in that line. I'm looking at this right tackle, Hadi Hafiz, listed 6'7", 320, and I believe it. That's a grown man. Certainly not a small line from the Patriots, but Cardinals doing a good job to get pressure on Resto nearly every play. Handoff goes to Marshall Rich, who's stuffed in the backfield. Again, Dorr getting penetration. CJ Jones as well, sophomore linebacker that Coach Ward's counting on to take a step up this year. Second and 11. Just a loss of 1 there. I thought they were a little generous with the spot there. Could have been even more. Resto drops back and flushed out of the pocket again and just chucks it in the middle field. It'll fall harmlessly, bringing up 3rd and 11. Cardinals secondary looking good tonight. Chris Hewitt, the 4-star athlete. Kyle Green, obviously. We also have 2 stellar sophomores in there. Cruz Fleet, number 8. And then Nair Crum, brother of Xavion Crum, number 21. Eight and a half to go in the second. Cardinals looking to force the 4th punt of the day. This Virginia Academy defense, they get off the field, they go talk with their coach, and then before they know it, they're getting right back on the field. Flags thrown there before the play. Obviously something went wrong there. Looks like Coach Woods called timeout just in time to avoid the flags. And so Patriots use their 2nd timeout of the half. Talk it over before this big 3rd down, 3rd and 11. Let's take a short break. Back after the timeout. Cardinals looking to force another punt. Could be bringing the pressure here. Instead they rush 4. Pocket collapses though. And Resto is brought down. Resto having to be very quick on his feet tonight. That pocket not holding for very long, if it holds at all. Good on him. Looked like he picked up about 5 yards in that play, but still not nearly enough for the 1st down. And so Brian Resto himself will punt it away. And obviously this is a small team roster size-wise, especially compared to Calvert Hall. But so many of these guys have so many positions. Keon Summers is a running back, a wide receiver, a cornerback, a free safety. That punt looks like it was going to go out of bounds, but instead is downed at the 41-yard line. Another day, another drive, another great field position for Calvert Hall. Looking to get their 4th touchdown in 5 drives. Asukwo, the running back, back on the field. I believe it's the first time we've seen him since that first drive. And he has struggled with injuries, so it's possible that it's to kind of manage his workload a little bit, but this is such a talented team, and one of the deepest positions the Cardinals have is running back. We've already seen John Asukwo break off a couple big runs. Harry O'Connell is a big receiving threat, but he's a huge play threat. Ace Holmes had a really nice play taking it down to the 1 yard line. And then, of course, Kevon Mitchell is the one who scored 2 touchdowns. So there's so much talent in this backfield. Definitely a slow-moving game. A lot of delays, but now we're ready to snap it. Brown keeps it on the option, reaches forward, pick up about 5. Elected not to pitch it to Asukwo. Second down. Jameer Wallace all alone out to the right. Misha Morozov, Nabuife, Davenport left. They look right for Jameer Wallace. Clangs off his helmet, incomplete. Really good throw by Mekhi Brown there. Wallace had separation, perhaps a little bit behind him, but if Wallace slows up a little bit, that ball's right in the hands, and that's a 40-yard touchdown. But instead, just falls incomplete. 3rd and 6. Like to see the Cardinals taking a deep shot here, though, despite being up a lot. You know, it's the first game of the season. You're trying to see what works, what doesn't. On this play, it's a quick screen out to Davenport. Good blocking there from Morozov and Nabuife. And Davenport out over the middle to about the 28-yard line, picking up another first down. Under 7 minutes to go. Cardinals moving quickly. Wasting no time. Brown drops back. Thought about running it. Now he fires it outside. Too high for Asukwo. 2nd and 10. Chris Hewitt maybe getting a breather after playing a lot on defense, but he's back now. Jameer Wallace comes off the field. Taggart also getting a rest. Nabuife, the tight end, primarily on this drive. Brown gives it to Asukwo. Following his lead blocker, Alvarez, out over the 20. And another first down for Calvert Hall. Again, the lead blocker there, Andres Alvarez. John Asukwo broke a couple tackles there. Keon Summers, who I mentioned is the man of many positions. Running clock, Davenport in motion. Quick pass out to Hewitt. Runs right through Summers there. Gain of about 3. Hewitt's certainly involved a lot tonight, but plays have just been kind of quick screens, getting it to him in some space and just letting your guys go to work. O'Connell gets the handoff, and he is brought down for a huge loss. Malik Garnett, the senior defensive end, getting him in the backfield. 3rd and 14. Cardinals probably going to need to throw it here. Mekhi Brown fakes the pitch, now looks, end zone, wide open. Misha Morozov, touchdown. In his first game on varsity, Misha already making an impact. Timeout, Calvert Hall. Actually, I shouldn't say first game on varsity for Morozov, as he has played on varsity before. Varsity lacrosse. Made it as a freshman, and now in his sophomore year, made varsity football after playing 1 year on JV. He's getting a ton of snaps tonight. He's a really solid route runner. Obviously, you got to be quick on your feet if you play lacrosse. He was really fast there. Just kind of found a seam straight to the end zone. No one came with him, and wide open. But Kai Brown staying composed there, hitting him right in the hands. Easy throw and catch. Cardinals lead 27-0. So it's the first passing touchdown of the year for Makai Brown. Zakrowski will look to go 4 for 4 on extra points. Misha Morozov, and you have guys like Chris Hewitt and JT Taggart. You know you're going to be a big part of the offense, but Misha feels like one of those guys that's kind of an X factor. Like, if he can get going, this Cardinal offense is going to be really scary. Zakrowski hits again. 28-0 your score. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. One more touchdown and we'll hit that running clock. Cardinals will kick again. And if their defense holds the way it has tonight, they should be able to get one more possession before the end of the half. So it's 28-0 now your score. It's Calvert Hall offense carving through the Patriot defense like butter so far. Zakrowski line drive kick there. Bounces, finally picked up. Huge hit there. CJ Jones, thou shalt not pass. Embracing the contact there. Quale Carter could not get any further than Jones allowed him to. After a looping line drive kick, it will be 1st and 10 for Virginia Academy. Ball's on the 24-yard line. I believe it's their best field position of the game. Certainly a tale of two teams here. Cardinals' worst field position is their own 49. There's a new quarterback, I believe. I don't know, it's the same quarterback. Huge hit there. Nair Crum. Screen pass goes nowhere. I believe it was dropped, but even if he caught it, actually it would have been worse for him to catch it, because he was blown up for a loss. Second and 10. Brian Resto looks left and fires, complete to Meade. He will pick up the first down. And it stayed in bounds, so the clock will keep running. Domingo Meade seems to be the most consistent guy in this offense. He's got a few catches. I believe he's got the only 2 first downs of the game for Virginia Academy. Brian Resto out wide. Flag flies. Receiver picks up about 5. But there's a chance this play will not stand. Really good sized crowd here. School not even in session yet, but a good turnout of students. And obviously the fans, the parents, the family members, people who just want to see some football, they're always going to show out. Russo Stadium packed most nights, if not all nights. And once school gets back up, student section will be as lively as it normally is. So the penalty was against the Patriots, bringing up a 1st and 15. Resto looks to pass, escapes the pressure of Dorr, and fires it incomplete in the direction of Mead, but Mead was not looking. He thought Resto was going to tuck and run, so he was starting to block. 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's gotten dark very quickly. First 15 minutes of this game, it was that sun setting over the trees over the apartments was brutal. Now that's gone. The lights are in effect. It remains cloudless. Really a great August night. Not too hot at all. Looking out wide for Mead. He's got incomplete. Good job staying in bounds. He's finally brought down by Cruz Fleet, but he might have picked up the first down there. Mead caught that. It looked like he was just going to go out of bounds, but really good job towing the line. But there is a flag on that far side. And from how this game has gone, it would not surprise me if it's against the Patriots. And it is Coach Odie Wood's team really hurting themselves here. So it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 20. Ball's in the 26. Resto looks out wide. Now fires deep. Cruz Fleet had the best shot at it, but just didn't really see it. So it falls incomplete. Resto overthrew his receiver, Domingo Mead, by a country mile. Now brings up 3rd and 20. I do notice that this Virginia Academy team is very young. Not a lot of seniors on this team. Got a lot of 2026s, a lot of 2027s. But it seems like all their skill position guys, Domingo Mead, Resto, Zion Trump, Summers, Adam Body, played middle linebacker. They're all seniors. Quick pass out wide to Jackson Graham. Maybe picks up 9. It'll still be 4th and very long. Likely going to be another punt. Calvert Hall will call timeout. Their second timeout. 3:25 to go in the quarter. Again, I mentioned school not back in session yet. We will head back on Thursday. I'll be back Wednesday. Freshman orientation is Wednesday. So I'm helping out with that. And then Thursday, Friday, the first 2 days of the new school year. Then you've got that nice 3-day weekend, so definitely easing us in. Of course, these guys out here, they don't wait till the first day of school to get back at it. They've been out here whole month of August. Clearly put in a lot of work. And you can really tell the Cardinals have been very impressive tonight. Resto punts. Cardinals not bringing a lot of pressure on these punts. It goes right to Chris Hewitt. Trying to break it out wide. There's no one on the left side. If he can get the edge, he might be gone. Down the sideline. 20, 10. He goes all the way. Chris Hewitt high stepping into the end zone. A 60-yard punt return touchdown. It is all Calvert Hall here on this August night. Chris Hewitt has played basically this whole game, starting at cornerback, getting a lot of snaps at wide receiver, returning kicks. Breaks it there. He saw all the space he had on that left side, and once he caught the edge, it's game over. Chris Hewitt, I know a lot of guys these days are athletes. They don't have an official position designation, just ATH and athlete. So they're very versatile. Sikorsky makes it a 35-0 game. But Chris Hewitt is one of the ones that I've found is actually, that description fits him very well. Again, he came up as a wide receiver his freshman and sophomore years. That's really well he did. But he started returning some kicks last year. Got in the secondary a bit last year. And now in his junior season, he's more involved than ever. Again, the highest ranked player on this Calvert Hall team. According to Rivals, he is a 4-star. He has got a handful of offers. Michigan, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Penn State, just to name a few. But he's really one of those guys that can go anywhere he sets his eyes on. Of course, his father, Chris Hewitt, coach of the Ravens. He is the secondary coach, and also a former New Orleans Saint. That is the team I support. So, shout out Chris Hewitt, and who dat? So Krosky boots it, fielded right at the goal line. And taking it out of the end zone is Luciano Sanchez. Works out to the 25. And Virginia Academy will set up there for their 6th drive of the game. Again, the school year starting up soon. And they'll be with a new principal at the helm for the first time in 10 years. Dr. Andrew Moore back at Calvert Hall after a brief few years at St. Mary's in Annapolis. Great to have him back, this time as the principal. Looking forward to having him run the school. Looking forward to meeting him. Pass broken up there. Who else? The athlete himself, Mr. Chris Hewitt. Jackson Graham never even had a chance at that ball. Chris Hewitt there immediately. 2nd and 10. Resto out left quickly to Meade. Gain of about 5. Well, that's easily been the Patriots' most effective play tonight, is just throw it to Meade. Third and 5. 2.5 to go. Certainly not a short first half. Cardinals rush 4. And now Hammond in there, but they do find Meade again. It's a 2-man show for Virginia Academy, Resto and Meade. Injecting some life into this sideline. And they break across midfield for the first time all game and pick up the first down. Ball's on the 48 of Calvert Hall. Resto flushed out of the pocket yet again. Finds somehow his wide receiver over the middle. Kyle Green with the huge hit there. But it doesn't matter. It's still a first down. And, of course, number 88, not on the roster. I wish I could shout him out for that great catch and holding on through the contact, but he will go nameless. We'll just hail number 88 for that play. Virginia Academy building a little momentum as Resto will take off. Scrambling, that's close to the line of game. They will mark him just short. Picks up 9 on the play. Patriots trying to put some points on the board before halftime. In the half, they've been really unsuccessful in every facet of the game. They've surrendered touchdowns on 5 of the 6 Calvert Hall drives. Well, actually, 4 of the 5, and then I don't know if you can call the punt return a drive. 2nd and 1. They will throw it. Really tough throw there. Cruz fleeting coverage. 3rd and 1. Ball's on the 26-yard line. Under a minute to go here at Russo Stadium. And I know all this because of our beautiful LED scoreboard. 2nd year in existence. Bigger and better things on the way. And we already saw that snack race, scintillating snack race. Again, if you missed it, I pity you if you missed the snack race, but Hot Dog did take it. 400-meter dash, the last second lean. Handoff goes to Marshall Rich. He will barrel forward for the first down. Virginia Academy did burn those 2 timeouts early, and they will burn their 3rd. So with 41 seconds, they really want to score here, but they will have to do it with no timeouts. Again, as we kick off this new school year, other fall sports. Soccer kicks off September 4th against Gilman. They played a couple scrimmages. They got Clifton on Wednesday. I believe that one's a scrimmage. And their first real game here at Russo Stadium, 4 p.m., September 4th. That is a Wednesday, I believe. Volleyball. I don't know what they don't kick off. They serve off, I guess. August 26th. So that is Monday versus John Carroll, 5:30. It is here in Alumni Memorial Gymnasium. And then water polo, first home match, September 12th versus McDonough. Resto hit as he throws, looks to the end zone for Meade, who somehow reels it in. That is a phenomenal catch by Domingo Meade. It's solid coverage by Crum there, but Meade did a really good job of tracking that ball. As he was falling to the ground, just kind of fell right into his arms. And credit to Resto, too, who's been taking a beating all night. Hit right as he threw there, but somehow got it to the end zone and found the hands of his teammate. They've been doing it all night. And no rest for the weary as Resto immediately is the holder. Quale Carter will try to put Virginia Academy. Oh, they will fake it. And that did not work. So maybe Resto isn't the holder. Saw that last year with McDonough. I called that one. Braden Palazzo faked a field goal as the holder, and they scored a touchdown instead. No such luck here tonight. Score will stay 35-6. And obviously, Coach Ward not going to be happy with that. You know, you've dominated this whole half, but then your defense crumbles right before the half. And it's really just one guy that's killing you. It's Domingo Meade. Really efficient drive there from Virginia Academy. And they get on the board. Well, considering how easily the Cardinals will score tonight, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they'll score one more time. They do have one timeout to play with. But, of course, with Chris Hewitt back there along with Kyle Green, could just run back the kick. You wouldn't even have to worry about using the timeout. Zion Trump, his second kickoff of the night. And then again, Virginia Academy will get the ball to start the second half. So this game not altogether over. They can get in the locker room, score coming out. They get a quick 14 points. Oh, something happened there. They blow the whistles. Certainly an awkward kick. And I think we'll just redo that. Something to happen there. I don't know what. Almost.
Referee never did blow the whistle and play.
So I think the referee just didn't blow that play to start. Now he does blow his whistle. Kickoff part 2. It's kind of shot out to the 30-yard line. They throw the flag, and that's around where the ball would be anyway. So the Cardinals have 32 seconds. They'll get by far their worst field position of the night. But they've had 2 huge plays. Gabe Lavroni going 44 yards in the jet sweep. And then Chris Hewitt running back a punt 60 yards. And it's the starters on the field for Calvert Hall still, with the exception of the new quarterback, which is Oliver Knoll. Class of 2027, just transferred here. And the sophomore is said to have a lot of potential. Immediately has to do it with his legs. He gets out of bounds. Nice job stopping the clock. Picks up about 7. 21 seconds to go. Second down and 3. Again, we lost Jay Williams, transferred back to St. Francis. Nick Humph graduated. Kai Brown, the starter, undisputed. That's confirmed. Really no competition there, but after this year, Oliver Knoll has a clear path to starting. And he'll take a deep shot. Wide open, Morozov. Can he outrun the corner? It is a 70-yard touchdown for Misha Morozov. Oliver Knoll, how about that? Your first pass at Calvert Hall. Goes just about 60 yards. Misha Morozov reeling in his second touchdown. 2 sophomores getting it done. Cardinals back up 5 scores. And again, I said this Cardinal offense has had some big plays tonight, so it's not out of the realm of possibility if they score again. And they did just that. Needed 2 plays. Morozov just got so much separation there. All Knoll had to do was get the ball to him. And then Misha did the rest. 42-6. I say that's a successful first half. Cardinals lead by 36. Who knows? Maybe the Cardinals can score again. 3 seconds left and kicking the ball off. Probably not. So really, really solid first half from the Hall. Scoring all kinds of ways. 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 from Mitchell. 1 from Lavroni. 2 passing touchdowns. 1 from Kai Brown to Misha Morozov. And the other from Oliver Knoll to Misha Morozov. And then, of course, that long punt return touchdown Zakroski's converted 6 for 6. And hopefully the Cardinals can start to empty that bench in the second half. Get some of the starters out. Let them rest. Kickoff is booted deep into the end zone. So if Ryan had just kicked that one not into the end zone, this first half would be over. But instead, we got to play one more play. So thanks, Ryan. And 8:23 here in Towson. A really long first half. And we're taking our time with this play too. I can't imagine it's anything other than Resto taking a knee. And there it is. So that will do it for the first half. It is all Calvert Hall here at Russo Stadium. 42-6. The Cardinals will look for more, of course. Virginia Academy probably just wants to regroup. But on all accounts, a really successful start to the year for the Cardinals. We will step away. Halftime, just about 10 minutes. Your score, Calvert Hall 42, Virginia Academy 6. Both teams back on the field, warming up for this second half. Again, the Cardinals have a tough schedule. They talked earlier about the level of talent in this conference, but it's not just college football that's undergone some conference realignment. It's happened in the MIAA as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is just a football thing or if this is an every sport thing. I'm leaning just football. I think it's just football. But A and B are now 8 teams. A was 7, B was 7. B was 7 or 8, and then C was 3. But the A conference lost Pilati, and then we brought up Concordia, who has won the past 2 B conference crowns, as well as St. Mary's, who's usually a powerhouse in the B conference, to make a nice round 8. So the Cardinals will get 6 conference games this year instead of 5, again, because we don't play Loyola. Everyone else except Loyola and us will have an extra conference game. They'll play everyone. But Pilati last year was the worst team in the league. They did not win a conference game. So hopefully it becomes a more competitive conference. Cardinals start off our conference slate in a really, really rough, probably facing the 3 best teams in the league. September 20th here versus Spalding. That's a Friday night. That'll be a huge atmosphere, huge game. September 28th, Saturday versus MSJ. And then we get our bye. And then we have McDonough, October 11th. So again, probably the 3 best teams in the conference outside of us. Yeah, it's just a brutal start to that conference schedule. Then it cools down a little bit. We got St. Mary's at St. Mary's, Gilman, October 25th at Gilman, and then back home November 1st versus Concordia, Friday night under the lights. So it's a rough schedule, but the Cardinals looking very encouraging so far tonight. Halftime a little shorter. Still have about a minute on the clock, but it seems like we're ready to kick off now. So we will have a running clock as long as the Calvert Hall Cardinals maintain their lead of 35 points or more. Now Virginia Academy scores to open the half. We'll go back to normal clock. But the clock will run. This game will be over, hopefully a little quicker. Sikorsky kicks it down to the 5-yard line where it's muffed, but then picked up. Sanchez takes it out to the 25 and across the 30. So a good return by Lucci Sanchez.
The clock didn't start. Okay, now, yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Virginia Academy. Well, actually, they finally have a good return. They finally have a returnable kick. They finally get it out to a decent enough spot. And then there's a holding penalty, so they're pushed back 10 more yards. So it's kind of how it's been tonight for Virginia Academy. The name doesn't roll off the tongue, really. I don't like saying Virginia Academy every time. I saw their buses outside. They got a vanity plate on their bus. I think it's VAA Pats, I think is what the plate said. It's very impressive. I've never seen a school have branded plate before. And of course you can only have one, but just thought it was interesting. Brian Resto in a lot of trouble again. Finally finds a receiver. Really impressive there. Nice job by Quali Carter, the running back. Elijah Hammond in coverage. Carter doing a nice job seeing that his quarterback was in trouble. Found some room up the sideline to give him a way out. And it's really smart because even if he doesn't throw it to you, you're taking a defender away from him so he can go run for it too. All around great play by Quali Carter. He's got 7 offers, 2026, but already got a few D1 offers. Pass complete. Gain of about 6. Domingo Mead said his name a ton tonight. Quali Carter offers from Bowling Green, Wofford, just a few of the schools. Bowling Green, of course, where Cardinal legend Raheem Smith is now after 2 years at Delaware State. Calvert Hall class of 2022, transferred to Bowling Green. Also ran track at Calvert Hall. It was part of that conference championship team in 2021. Shot downfield for Domingo Mead is caught. Down around the 35. Maybe it took the running clock to strike some fear into Coach Obi Woods' team. They're now playing with a purpose. Domingo Mead really getting separation no matter who he's matched up against. It says he's 5'11". He might be a little bit taller than that, to be honest. He definitely plays bigger than that. Quick pass out wide, where he'll be brought down finally after 5 yards. Jackson Graham, the receiver, is 2nd and 5. Eight and a half minutes in the third quarter. Quali Carter, the running back, trips to the right. One out wide to the left. Resto looks to the left. He's got his running back, Carter. Did he make the catch? Right up against the sideline, and he brought it in. It's hard to tell on that far sideline, especially with the lighting. But he did make that catch. Nice play there. Again, Carter giving his quarterback an option out of the backfield. Resto certainly hasn't had a quiet pocket by any means tonight, but he's been making it work. And he's got a few offers, Division III, Brian Resto. The talent's clearly there. He's making things happen, but it's just been a rough night for him overall. And there, again, I mean, just so much pressure. This Calvert Hall defensive front, the front 7, really getting to him quickly. That time it was Crum, Xavier Crum. Second and 10. Again, even with the incompletion, the clock still runs, so we got 7 minutes to go in the third. Cardinals maybe could force a turnover here. One-on-one in the end zone. It is caught by Domingo Mead. His 2nd touchdown of the night. He's been the lone bright spot, him and Resto. I feel like a broken record, but it's been the two of them and really no one else, except for a little bit of Quali Carter. So it is now a 30-point game. And sadly, we had to say goodbye to that running clock. A little bit of confusion there from Virginia Academy on this extra point. And they will fake it again. It is swatted down. Xavier Crum, shades of Dikembe there. It's 42-12, your new score. Certainly not the most orthodox score. Calvert Hall will get the ball back, looking to put some more points on the board. And presumably it'll be Oliver Knoll again, who His one pass attempt was good for a 58-yard touchdown to Misha Morozov. Six and a half minutes in this third quarter. Zion Trump, wide receiver, cornerback, quarterback is what he's listed as. Seems to be part-time kicker as well. So now back deep to receive. Harry O'Connell's one of them. Trying to see who that is on the left. That's Morozov. Kick will squib out of bounds at the 25. Cardinals will get a solid field position. Here will be the second drive for Oliver Knoll. And he's getting a chance to work with a lot of the starters. You see JT Taggart in that huddle. Some of the linemen are out. James Martin, the fifth freshman, is the new center. Connor Murray, who's played a little bit of D-line tonight, is now the left tackle. Will Pickrell in the game. Handoff goes to Asukwo, the starting running back. Out to the right side, pickup of about 5. Second and 5. Mason McNew, who's played a fair amount tonight, as the fullback. Andres Alvarez still in the game. At a right tackle. Oliver Knoll, the quarterback, will hand off again to Asukwo, who bursts through the middle over the 50. First down, Cardinals. Patriots haven't really had an answer tonight for anything. Cardinals have been having their way on the ground. In the air, they haven't thrown it as much, but they're impressive. Two in the backfield. Third straight handoff to Asukwo. Hard hit there. Looked like he was kind of going to the ground. Maybe he slipped, but some head-to-head contact there. Nothing but incidental. Second and 3 incoming. Cortez Hines as well, new offensive lineman. Jameer Wallace, JT Taggart out wide. McNew in the backfield along with Asukwo and Knoll. So definitely a different look than we saw to start the game. Knoll rolls out right. Had no one open, but there is a flag thrown downfield. So it would be 3rd and 3, but we're going to see what this flag is. Potentially pass interference, which would give the Cardinals a fresh set of downs. Even holding would do that. Yeah, no offense to this Virginia Academy team, but they've just a lot of receivers been open tonight for Calvert Hall. So when Knoll has to really scramble like that, there's nothing downfield. Might have been some holding going on there.
Yeah, looked like it was holding.
And that will be the call. They'll walk it up 5 yards. No, they'll walk it up 15 yards, 10 yards. It's all right. School hasn't started yet. I don't have to be good at math yet. 4:26. Cardinals get a fresh first down. And they go right back to old reliable. Hand off to Asukwo. Punches up the middle. Gain of about 5. Again, obviously it's a blowout, so the Cardinals will probably not be throwing the ball a ton down the stretch, but to be honest, if you got Oliver Knoll, whose one pass attempt so far was a perfect strike, almost 60 yards, you almost wonder if you want to throw it again. Instead, it's another handoff. Asukwo will pick up the first down and a flag thrown late. Probably something to do with that tackle. Asukwo wrestled to the ground. And they will get face mask call. Virginia Academy really struggling with the penalties tonight. So the Cardinals will have really solid field position. Would have had a first down anyway, but it'll be marked up. A few more yards. Half the distance. Ball will be placed on the 11, and the Cardinals are threatening yet again to score their 7th touchdown of this game. Davenport goes in motion. Play action. Knoll rolls to his left. There's no one in front of him. Embraces the contact. I love it from Oliver Knoll going right at number 21, who of course I mentioned earlier, not on the roster. Oliver Knoll bootleg back to his left. Saw the green grass he had in front of him, or the green AstroTurf. Bringing up 2nd and 2. All right, I guess it's goal to go. It's hard to tell. I think the line again is the 1 yard line. Cardinals stack the box. Asukwo trying to set the edge, but he turns the other way. Can he set this edge? He cannot. Loses about 6 yards in the play. Trying to make something happen. Third and 9. Well, we could see the Cardinals try to throw it here. You know, it's probably not going to happen on the ground, especially after that last play was blown up. But they're all packed in the middle. And it's a QB draw. And Knoll is tackled for a loss. So the drive stalls after the face mask. And they will trot out the field goal team. No reason to go for it. Let the man Zakroski have a bit of a harder kick than his extra points. 4th down. Let's see, this will be a 30-yarder. Ball will be placed at the 20. And that kick is blocked easily. 2 different guys could have blocked that one. Absolutely no chance for Zakroski to get that one off. 2 different rushers came around that right side. They didn't even have to dive. They just ran right in the middle. Zakroski kicked it right off their arm. Under a minute to go here in the third. Cardinals field goal is blocked, so it is their 2nd scoreless drive of the night. And they will have to be content with the 42 points they have now. Credit to Virginia Academy, certainly not backing down. They've scored 6 unanswered. Well, I guess that's not saying much, but they've outscored the Cardinals 12-7 over the last quarter and change. Stiff arm there by the running back Carter. Picks up a first down. A lot of backups now in on the defensive side of the ball as well. Mason Krankowski in on that hit, number 88. As well as Nolan Strukowski. First and 10. Wide open. Caught by Keon Summers. Tyler Wiggins making the tackle, the sophomore. As the clock runs down, 5 seconds to go in this third quarter. They seem to be rushing to get this play off, but that will mark the end of the quarter. 42-12. We got to enjoy that luxury of the rolling clock for only so long. Oh, look at this. Fantastic. Have the Cardinal shuffle on the board now. That is just what it sounds like. 3 Cardinals. You got to follow the egg. Where's it going to go? I don't think I can focus for that long. So we'll just find out at the end. It's very impressive. Some nimble Cardinals. 360s, barrel rolls. Oh my goodness. Well, I have no clue where the egg is. And I think we only got it to you halfway through, so you have no clue where the egg is. We'll find out together. Oh, left. Wow. What a great game. Just having some fun here on this Friday night. Cardinals in control. And start to relax, take the foot off the gas a little bit. And so we flip the field. Second down and 3. Ball is on the Cardinal 45-yard line. Resto, quick pass. Meade probably could have caught that, but had 2 Cardinal defensive backs right in front of him. Just kind of like a hospital ball. So he would have probably got hit really hard if he caught that. So he just let it bounce harmlessly. Third and short. Third down. Resto under pressure. Just gets it away. Incomplete. I don't think Resto's taken a sack tonight, which is a win in itself. He's been pressured mostly every play. Cardinals after this game are going to have a ton of QB hurries. Probably a few QB hits as well, but no sacks so far. 4th and 3. Why not go for it? Well, I guess we wouldn't know if they're going for it or not because Resto's the punter as well.
Is he telling you something, James? I think he's trying to tell you.
What do you say?
11:40.
Just fixing the clock here. Thank you for bearing with us. 11:40 will be placed on the clock. Fourth down. 3 to go. Cardinals will rush 4. Resto has a man wide open. It's Carter. Incomplete. Really good job by Tyree Stanley there. The safety getting over to break up that pass. They had Quality Carter wide open. No one came with him. But good job by Stanley to end that drive and get the Cardinal offense back on the field.
First down.
So first down for the Cardinals. Some new wide receivers on the field. Jason Gu. Also Mike Nabuife, who now moves over to the left side. JT Taggart's one-on-one on the left. They'll hand it off to Harrison O'Connell, who gets blown up in the backfield. Ball may have came out. People trying to dive on it. They'll say he was down. It'll be second down. Loss of 1 on that carry. Ace Holmes back on the field. Second and 11. Ball placed on the 43-yard line. Oliver Knoll trying to get the Cardinals back in the end zone. Option play. He'll keep it himself. It was an option play, but neither option was good. Ace Holmes, almost like a wide receiver. He had a guy covering him on the option play, so he was just going to get blown up if it got pitched to him. So Knoll had no choice but to keep it himself, and he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. 10:15 to go in this fourth quarter. Knoll rolls right and will keep it. Pushed out of bounds after about 5. Flag thrown, holding Calvert Hall. Will do it again. So we'll replay third down.
What happened? Oh, okay.
Third down and long. 19 is what the scoreboard says. Could be even longer than that. Knoll flushed out of the pocket again. Pass batted down. Almost intercepted. Malik Garnett had a sack earlier, I believe. Got his hands on that, and then it was Rashad Fortune. Almost had the interception. Instead, the Cardinals will punt for the second time tonight. .88 back deep to receive, as well as Quali Carter. Cardinals still scoreless here in this second half. Tale of two halves. First half was very fast-paced, very high scoring. This half, just 6 points on the board for both teams. High booming punt from Taggart. And they let it bounce. And it's picked up by number 88. Number 88. There he goes. Tiptoes out of bounds around the 28. Not really sure why you let that one bounce. He actually bounced probably right around the 28, so if he had just fair caught it, that's where they would have got the ball. Nine and a half to go. Brian Resto, still the quarterback. Almost took a sack there. Incomplete pass. A little bit of extracurricular activity there. There's a flag for that. Additionally, a flag was thrown during the play. And I wonder if they're both going to be on Virginia Academy. The second one is definitely going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm smelling the holding here on the first one. It was Mason Krankowski who got just pummeled. Caleb Finley, I believe, the offender. Referees being very thorough tonight. There's the holding. All right, I went 2 for 2. And there's the personal foul. Good for me. That's pretty impressive. I call that. Still 9.5 minutes to go in this game. Fourth quarter just slogging along. And now we'll blow the whistle again. Just taking our time here. It's all good. What time is it? Let me see. 9:09. Just over 2 hours. Cardinals bring pressure once again. That pass batted up. Intercepted. Oh my goodness, what a play. That pass tipped up off the hands of number 88. And a really nice play, I believe, from Tyler Wiggins. How do you know it's Tyler Wiggins, you ask? Well, Tyler Wiggins' entire family is right in front of us. And so anytime he's involved in a play, I don't have to look at my roster. I know it's Tyler Wiggins. The sophomore defensive back, his first year on varsity, gets the interception deep in Patriot territory. And I appreciate the Wiggins family. They're very enthusiastic, but also it's very hard to see on that far sideline. And I'm looking through a kind of a tinted window, especially on that right side of the field. So I appreciate them. This handoff goes for a loss. Omari Rowell, the fifth running back the Cardinals have used tonight. And maybe it's not Tyler Wiggins who made the interception, and they're just happy. But I think it might be Tyler. Under 9 minutes to go. If you would believe it, in the last 10 minutes, we've passed maybe a minute of game time. Knoll lofts the ball over to Mason McNew. Another flag. McNew picks up 2. And this one will go against the Cardinals. So after a very impressive first half, all of the Cardinals' drives in the second have been pretty uninspiring. And this one, which started off so well with the interception, deep into the red zone. They just keep getting pushed back and pushed back. But they will decline the penalty there. I don't know if that's better or worse. Third and goal from the 12. Jason Gu goes in motion. Knoll drops back to pass. Looking right. Still looking right. Fires corner of the end zone. Fired out of bounds. Looking for his running back, Rowell. See what the Cardinals do here. It'll be 4th and goal from the 12. The field goal did not work out very well. It was blocked very convincingly. Taggart's on the field. They're not going to punt, I hope. Offense staying out there. It appears they will go for it. Amar Lanier also into the game, the freshman wide receiver. Knoll drops back. And he will tuck it himself. Makes a man miss. Finds the edge into the end zone. Oliver Knoll did not think he was going to score there. But he made a man miss, and all of a sudden he was gone. Knoll showing the dual threat ability. It is 48-12. And we have that running clock back. Now on to kick number 40, Jaden DeCastro, transfer in from Towson High School. The backup kicker. Holding is Jason Gu. Kick up and no good. So not how DeCastro wanted his first kick on varsity to go. But nevertheless, Cardinals lead back to 36. Their first touchdown of the second half. And it comes via an Oliver Knoll rushing touchdown on 4th and goal from the 12-yard line. So the Cardinals capitalizing the interception by Wiggins. Under 7 to go here at Russo Stadium. This crowd has mostly stayed intact. I think some people might be leaving. Beat the rush. But it's a very strong crowd, very enthusiastic crowd. Hard for me to tell what it's like on that Patriots sideline. They have less fans, but they have fans. Zakroski back in to do the kickoff. That one booted into the end zone. If you're just joining us, Cardinals lead 48-12. 6 minutes to go in this game. Started off, the Cardinals went 50 yards on their first drive. Kevon Mitchell with the 2-yard score. And then there's Gabe Lavroni, the track star, showing off his speed with a 44-yard jet sweep touchdown. Put the Cardinals up 14-0. Then Kevon Mitchell doing it again. 1-yard touchdown. 21-0. Chris Hewitt ran back a punt. 28. Oh, no, I guess that wasn't next. It was Misha Morozov from Mekhi Brown. 20-yard seam route. Resto has nowhere to go. And he will throw it away. Chris Hewitt running back to punt was 35-0. Then we got Morozov again. 42-0. And then the last touchdown, you just saw Oliver Knoll ran it in from 12 yards out. Patriots still have all their starters on the field. Ryan Resto must be gassed. He has been running around the whole night. But credit to him, he's led them to a couple touchdowns. Drops back to pass again. Really haven't ran the ball at all. So that pass almost intercepted again. Donovan Rouse had his hands on it. Jeremiah Barwick coming into the game now for Tristan Moody. 3rd and 10. And now that I think about it, Patriots have really not run the ball at all tonight, with exception to the Resto scrambles, but very few designed runs. Resto fields another low snap, and he'll have to run for it again. Fires on the run, and it is caught. That's number 88 doing number 88 things. What a guy. Don't know his name. Stop the clock. There's a guy injured down there.
Oh, somebody hurt. Okay.
Yeah, somebody's hurt on the course out there.
Oh, okay.
So we'll stop the clock because of an injury.
I'm trying to stop it.
3:16 to go. 48-12. Man injured down that sideline. I was hoping it wasn't him, but it appears to be my man number 88. Hopefully he's okay. Resto made a nice play. Throw on the run there. Looks a little Mahomey. And it is number 88 who is hopping off the field. Poor guy got hurt on all the way on the other side, so he's got to get back all the way to his sideline. He was hopping at first, but now he's walking just fine, so that's good to see. So 1st and 10 after the nice catch and throw. Resto to Ochos. They will throw again, of course. Escapes pressure again. Flag flies in. It is holding again on Virginia Academy. Well, going back to Coach Ward's goals for this first game, control the line of scrimmage. I would say check. Virginia Academy just been killing themselves with the holding penalties. Cardinals running the ball really successfully. 3 touchdowns on the ground. I would say they did that. Penalty free. I mean, there are a few penalties. It's going to happen, but really none that critically impacted the game. And then take care of the ball. No turnovers. Well, technically not. A few turnovers on downs with the blocked field goal. But no interceptions or fumbles, which is always good to see. And for the most part, this team's been really composed. Again, no flags. A lot of underclassmen get in the game, especially now in the second half. A lot of guys playing their first time on varsity, but they're holding it together really well. And again, it's not the most pressure-filled situation when you're up 36. But it's nice to see everyone keeping a level head and just a wide open Domingo Meade. way downfield. He's tackled. Well, he was tackled by number 33, Marcus Martin, but he just kind of fell. He would have had a sensational touchdown if he had stayed on his feet. And we do have another injury, unfortunately.
Another injury. Yeah.
This one is on the Calvert Hall side. So it's a huge throw and catch there. 70 yards. Domingo Meade just snuck past everyone. I feel like that's what he's been doing all day tonight, or all night tonight. He's got both touchdowns. He's got at least half the catches. We'll get you an update as soon as they get up on who that is. They're now sitting up, which is good. Coach Ward is walking away. Both teams getting back on the field. I mean, we're not playing. They can get in whatever formation they want, but got a man down. He's now able to get off the field, jogging off the field. It's a good sign. It's number 85, Antonio Sinkford, the sophomore, jogging off the field. Minute and a half to go. Patriots have first and goal, trying to, well, I would say put the exclamation point on their night, but I don't know if that's the right punctuation mark. Maybe like a semicolon. Or like an ampersand. I like the ampersand. Resto hustles into the end zone, 3-yard bootleg score, untouched. Finally gets something to show for all the times he's been, out of the pocket tonight. 48-18. Certainly not a defensive struggle here tonight. All things considered, I don't think Coach Woods of Virginia Academy would be that upset with this night's result. I mean, obviously, if you're coming up from Virginia, you want to have a better result than 48-18 or whatever it'll be after whatever happens here. Timeout called by the Patriots. A minute exactly left to go. But yeah, Coach Wood's probably going to be pretty happy with the way his team fought. And they're winning the second half currently. They've scored 18 of the last 25 points scored. It is probably not a short bus ride back to Ashland, Virginia. We have some time to kill. We put in the directions. Coach Ward's squad going to be very happy with tonight's win. All right, I suppose if they can hold this 30-point lead for a minute, crazier things have happened. Oh, they're from Ashburn. I was like, Ashland's 3 hours away. Why would they come here? Ashburn, let's see. Hour 27. Still very long. Well, obviously that was unsuccessful. I almost feel like it would be more surprising if they kicked it than if they faked it. Or if they went for two. Score remains 48-18. And again, I think Coach Ward happy with tonight's game. Probably would have liked to see his defense hold a little bit better here in the second half. Or maybe his offense put a few more points on the board. But for the most part, really well-rounded game. The special teams did their part. Obviously the punt return touchdown. Offense you know, when you put up 48 points, you're not going to lose a lot of games. And then the defense, you know, just doing what they had to, putting the Cardinals in a position to win. All in all, successful night one for Calvert Hall. Trump boots it away. It is scooped up by Morozov. He is hit hard. Flag gets chucked in by the crew chief. I believe that's Quali Carter with the hit. He's also been everywhere tonight. Holding on Calvert Hall. 53 seconds left. Cardinals will get backed up. Although I'd imagine we're just taking a couple knees. Something interesting to point out is Cardinals only have 2 quarterbacks on this roster. It's Mekhi Brown and it's Oliver Knoll, and that's it. So, God forbid any injuries happen. Last year they could withstand it. They had Jay Williams, Mekhi Brown really splitting time. And then Nick Humph was the 3rd-string guy that also made an impact. But then you also had Dane Grunder, who moved to wide receiver, but he could still play quarterback. So it's possible there's a Dane Grunder-esque player who is listed as a different position that would slot in at quarterback. Knoll takes knee 1 of 2 he will need to take to end this game. I always wonder if quarterbacks don't want to take knees because it hurts their rushing averages, but I guess anything to help the team win. Clock winding down. And there it is. So that will do it from Russo Stadium. Just 15 seconds until it's official, but the Cardinals start the season 1-0. Taking down Virginia Academy. A promising start to what should be a really promising year. Again, this team showing their experience. You know, last year they were maybe inexperienced, but this year looking a lot more mature, a lot more prepared, a lot more ready. I'm excited, man. I'll be here as of right now for all 5 home games. Then hopefully we can snag a home playoff game that I can do. But yeah, it was a really fun night tonight. Good to be back on the call. Thank you to Mr. Doug Heydrich helping us out behind the scenes. Thank you to Connor Jarrell on the camera. 48-18, your final score. Cardinals take the 30-point victory in dominant fashion. For Connor, Mr. Doug, my name is Peter Kelly, signing off.